I genuinely believe that this is one of the biggest mistakes when it comes to e-commerce today. Now, a lot of people, they focus on creative volume. They think it's another strategy, it's another hook, running more ads, more campaign, more structure. And don't get me wrong, that does matter. But underpin on its foundation, without actually having a system behind, then that is where everything falls apart. And I know this because I've done it myself. I've spent hundreds of thousands of pounds on Meta. I have scaled multiple businesses. I've won loads of awards, as some of you know. I've got a few of these Shopify awards. It's just a reminder that I keep on my desk that I'm able to do this. And it also shows you that I've got some credibility in the space. And while scaling all of these brands and helping others to do the exact same thing, I've done this same mistake throughout. And that is exactly why I know. And the solution all started for this when I went to somebody's apartment. And then I realized that I was asking the wrong question. Now, when I went to this person's apartment, he went over to the board and he drew this very simple diagram. And when I left that apartment, I understood entirely that I was focusing on the wrong thing. Attention, belief, and decision. Now, this individual has spent a crazy amount of money on Meta. Like, this person was operating at a level that I've never even seen before. And we sat down and we went through this very simple structure. Now, this is the difference between the brands that are able to scale and the ones that stay idle, or they just do not even get off the ground entirely. This is obviously for a lot of businesses that are already growing, but when understood correctly, this will allow businesses to even get off of the ground. So it is also still useful for beginners. Now, when I realized that this was missing, I realized that I didn't even have a marketing strategy. I was just running ads. Now, attention, this is the first point of call for a customer to come into your funnel. So at this stage, and I'm going to be breaking this down in another video after how you can actually implement this, but this is getting attention to somebody in the first place. It's bringing them to your business. It's making them aware so you know who they are and you know that your brand is even available to purchase from online. And this could be a wow factor. It could be the fact that it looks great. It could be some UGC. And we're going to go into this separately, but it all starts with getting attention. And once you have somebody's attention, you then need to make them believe that the actual product in itself is for them. And you do that through educating. So you educate them on why your brand is for them and what you are selling is for them. Once you have got their attention, you then have their belief. You then need to make them make a decision, not just to buy, but to buy now. And when I understood this last key element of this very simple framework, I was able to scale brands from 10K a month to 100 to 250K a month. Understanding this one key concept, you realize what is actually missing from your marketing strategy, opposed to trying to make the most out of what you've already got. Because the mistake that I made was trying to make the most out of what I already had, and it had something that was missing. It was broken. And I see this in 90% of brands that I work with and business owners that I speak to, that they're trying to scale something that is broken, it's incomplete. And when it is incomplete, you will not be able to scale it. The attention stage is very simple. You need 3 things. This is interesting. I want to know more about this. This looks like it is for me. Very simple. And then you go onto the belief. This is where 99% of people fall down, because at this stage, they believe that it's the actual ads that are not working, but this is where your website comes into play. Or you're sending them to some type of funnel. You could be sending them to, Messenger, like whether you're using Instagram or Facebook DMs, or you could just be sending them directly to a booking link. Typically, if you're getting somebody's attention, you are acquiring that attention via an ad or some type of organic content. because that is what is going to drive the traffic to wherever you're directing it to. When we're speaking about e-commerce, typically it goes to a website or a funnel. You can do a funnel via like an ad tutorial where you're educating the customer along the journey, or you could be sending them to some type of like one product store funnel page. The most important thing in belief is that you must make them trust you. If you can make them trust you, you will make them buy and you will make them convert. This is where the biggest mistake comes in, that most people think it's their ads or it's their content. You may have followers, you may have traction, you may have sessions to the page, but if you don't make them trust you, then they're not going to buy. If all of your images are incorrectly formatted, or the color scheme looks off, or all of the fonts are different types, one's bold, one's underlined, there's capital letters at the start here and then there's capital letters throughout. It needs to be consistent and show some sort of continuity. Once you've got them to believe, you then need to make them decide. But it's very crucial that you make them decide right away. You need to convince them that they need to buy now, not later. This is where you get a lot of people say add to cart and they don't purchase, or they view your page and they don't even add it to cart and they bounce, because you didn't make them understand that they need to buy now. And that is where the key differentiator comes. And you can do this from all types of ways. You can give them, say, a 30-day guarantee. You could make them have a risk purchase. But it's just about the way that you frame it. Most people, they go, oh, I'm offering a guarantee. But the best way to frame it is try it now, risk-free, use it for 30 days. And if you don't like it, get your money back, no questions asked. Something like that. Other ways you can do this is the old classic, for a discount, a very, very simple discount. This obviously works really well when it comes to Black Friday, when we're dealing with, 20% off, 40% off. You could have some sort of, BOGO offer, buy one, get one free, anything to make them understand that they need to purchase right now. When you fully understand this very simple concept, you then start to realize that this is actually what is missing from most businesses. It's the actual marketing strategy. A lot of us get focused on the funnel, top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel content. Yes, that all matters. And in the next video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly how you can transpose this physically via ads, the type of ads you should be creating, and then the metrics you need to look at within the ad account to know which type of content fits these columns. But if you don't understand this at the foundation, at the core, then you won't be able to scale the business, because you won't actually understand the marketing and the sales psychology around how to get people to buy. I hope you've really enjoyed this video. This was a little bit more in depth and a little bit more business related. If you do like it, follow, subscribe, and drop a like. And also, if you can leave a comment down below on what you would like me to record, what you'd like me to make more of, I'd love to know, and then I can create a video around that for you. I'm building this for the guys that are building businesses, that want to actually learn from somebody who's scaled businesses, sold them, and also, messed up a lot of stuff along the way. So I hope you guys learn from those mistakes that I've made. I'll catch you on the next one. Tons more content coming.